everyone, I'm Jen.
And I'm Joe.
And we're Jen and Joe
On the go.
So this is the third video that we're filming in the same day. That's why we're in the same clothes.
It's a different day.
Joe, don't lie to them.
It's a different day. And it's different because we've got some whiskey. It's actually Scotch. It's Glenlivet 14-year Scotch whiskey.
And I have my water.
Smell that. Just smell that.
I know, that smells absolutely amazing. Smooth.
Oh, Moron. Yeah.
But this video isn't about drinking. It's a recap of our Disney trip. Well, not
hold on a
Joe's Disney
second.
trip, but my Disney trip.
So the recap is going to be told by you because I wasn't there. So I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the discussion, the one-sided discussion.
Great.
Singular discussion. And I'll just enjoy my drink. So the floor is yours, Jennifer. Please share with us all what you liked and didn't like about your trip in this recap with a little bonus at the end. So stay tuned for the bonus of what she's going to be talking about.
Oh, yes. Okay, so anyway.
Cheers to you.
I just got back yesterday. I did a 4-night stay at the Grand Floridian with my 24-year-old twin daughters, Allison and Ashley.
Before we get to the meat and potatoes of the review and the recap, are we going to get their opinion on what the...
No.
No? Okay.
No. But I am going to include a picture at the very end of this video, and if you are squirmy and don't like...
Oh, you're really going to include that?
I am, because I'll get to that.
Oh, boy.
Anyway.
Can we include the pictures that Allie sent me of Epcot?
Maybe. The one that I'm smiling in.
Did she show you the other picture that she photoshopped?
They made it into some kind of sticker.
Okay, stay tuned for that.
Yeah,
we're teasing
you're gonna
big
want
time.
to watch the
we're teasing
whole
for this
video.
time. But yeah, it was poor Jen. I feel bad for you, dear. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just if you're not crying, you should be laughing, right? Because if you're not laughing, you're crying.
Hey,
right?
I was
Maybe?
in Disney at the end of the day, so...
Exactly. So, okay, continue on with your recap.
So we went for 4 nights, stayed at the Grand Floridian. We bought 2 days of tickets, and then Timmy, our son who works at Magic Kingdom, gifted us with 2 more days of tickets. But we actually did 4 parks in 3 days, which those of you who have been watching our channel for a long time know that that is not how I do Disney, not how we do Disney.
Not anymore.
We are more of the sleep in, brunch, go to the park a couple hours, if that, come back, dinner, nap,
Yeah, we really
drink.
don't rope drop.
No.
We've done that a couple of times recently, but you know, over the last few years.
I will also, for transparency and being honest, I'm not a...
Wait. What are you going to tell them? Wait. Are you going to tell them what you did? What you actually broke down and did?
Yes.
Okay. Whoa, wait. Here she goes. Are you guys sitting down? She's going to tell you what she did.
And don't leave nasty comments about me being a hypocrite. I'm acknowledging it. I'm the biggest hypocrite out there, and I will stick to my
your belief, your thoughts, your feelings about it?
I did buy Genie Plus for our Animal Kingdom day and our Epcot day, and I did purchase individual lightning lanes for Flight of Passage, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and Guardians of the Galaxy.
You bought a lightning for Guardians? It wasn't a virtual queue?
No, I don't think we could get the virtual queue. I want to say that was a lightning lane.
Wow.
And I will say it is the biggest waste of money. I would so have rather put that money into something else.
Okay, well, explain why you did it.
I did it because I wanted Allie and Ashley to have the best trip ever and be able to ride all the rides that they haven't been able to do, because their last trip to Walt Disney World was in 2018.
Yes, so you did all that to try to make their trip better, but then you all of your complaining about certain things.
We'll get to that. I'm not to that
I
part
know,
yet.
but you were driving them nuts, and they shared the room. They shared the hotel room together.
I may have snored
A little bit.
every night.
And I explained to them, I said, the greatest amount of patience that you learn in your life is when you have a significant other or a spouse. You're forced to learn patience with your spouse, because if you don't, you're going to kill each other, right? So, like, they were talking about you snoring. Like, how do you do it? I don't know, it doesn't bother me.
That's because you're snoring before I am.
Well,
You
yeah,
fall
but-
asleep before me and you're snoring.
Yeah, but then
this
when I
isn't
wake
about
up and
you,
you're
this is
sleeping.
about me.
Well, I know, I'm just saying. Patience, dear. Patience, that's all. Love you.
Anyway, the trip was really good. I had an amazing time. I guess all the rooms are refurbished now, as of now, at the Grand Floridian.
They
And the
look very
theming
nice.
of the Mary Poppins room is absolutely fabulous. Just like Citricoast, the retheming of that restaurant to the subtle Mary Poppins theming is amazing.
I like that they carried that over, you know,
do
like with
too.
Citricos and then the rooms. If you guys have seen it, you know what we're talking about. You did a room tour, so that'll eventually be coming up where you could see the room tour, but it's been out there for a while now.
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
but I did do one.
Yeah, but it's very nice. I do like what they've done with it. I really do.
We ate at, I think there's videos for all of this. I can't remember what I filmed and what I didn't film because at some point I was like, I'm done doing this. This is a lot of work. And I know that we have so many videos out there of the same things. So, but we ate at the Grand Floridian Cafe. We ate at Gasparilla Island Grill. We ate at Rainforest Cafe. We ate at the Plaza. We ate
You
at
like that?
Steakhouse 71.
And spoiler, the Plaza, you guys have all said that was the best meal that you had. And you said that there have been some reviews lately
Yeah.
where some people haven't been happy with the Plaza,
Yeah.
but they loved it.
We
you
ate
know?
at the Garden Grill. I know that I did do a video of that. We ate at Tutto Italia. I think I did very limited filming in that restaurant. Spoiler alert, it was not that great in my opinion. But I do
Well,
think I have a video coming of
You
that.
said it's kind of like Olive Garden of,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean,
Italian food,
the
whatever.
parks, Magic Kingdom was absolutely dead. I think the longest we waited was 40 minutes for Jungle Cruise. Because we did not purchase Genie Plus that day, but I did buy the Lightning Lane for Seven Dwarfs, and Timmy did get a virtual queue for Tron, which I didn't ride, but he and his sisters did.
How long was the wait for Space Mountain? Because they did Space Mountain right after
I
Tron.
think it was about 30 minutes.
Yeah, see, so that's a Magic Kingdom. It was a Wednesday, but
Yeah.
still, you know, I don't know if it's the lull between spring break and summer, but that you know, what you guys were saying is that it was not crowded that day at all.
Animal Kingdom, we got there for our, we walked in at about 5 to 10 for our 10 o'clock reservation at Rainforest Cafe. We were out of there between 11 and 11:30, and we were out of the park by
5?
2:30.
Oh, 2:30, that early.
And we rode Dinosaur twice. I did buy Genie that day. We rode Dinosaur twice, once with Genie, one without. Ashley and Allie rode Everest. We rode the Safari. I bought the Lightning Lane for Flight of Passage, and we got we used the Genie Plus for Navi River, and we were in and out of the park in 3 hours. And then we literally walked to the bus and we said to each other, whichever bus comes first is where we'll go have our quick service lunch. So we were either going to eat at Gasparilla Island Grill for lunch, or we were going to eat at Kona Cafe. But turns out it's the same bus at Animal Kingdom. It's Grand Floridian and Polynesian. They drop off for the Polynesian first. So we ate at Captain Cook's, which again was stellar.
So just to know, or as an example of how we do way too much Disney, and we know Disney well enough anyway, that afternoon she sends me a picture because the characters were at the Polynesian.
They were outside before you entered the lobby. It was Goofy, Pluto, and Donald Duck.
And it's the character caravan where they started this during COVID and they continued
I'm
it.
so glad.
Yeah,
It's
that's
such a
really
great
cool
thing.
because all of a sudden, boom, you got characters that show up at your resort, which is awesome. So she took a picture with Donald, sent it to me. I'm like, and it wasn't very descriptive for the background. It was just a couple plants in the background. But I'm like, she's at the Polynesian. What is she doing at the Polynesian already? What the heck? So, yeah.
So I will say that was a great use of Genie Plus. We were able to get in and out of Animal Kingdom and get everything we wanted to get done very quickly. We had lunch and Timmy met us at our hotel and we went to Hollywood Studios, where it was a posted wait time of 55 minutes for Rise of the Resistance, which was really our only goal. So we bought some bottled water. We did go to Rise first. We went to Rise and we only ended up waiting 38 minutes 38
That's
minutes,
amazing.
and it was probably about 6 o'clock in the evening.
That was on Thursday.
Yeah, about 6 o'clock. And then we went to the outpost and grabbed some snacks. I was able to get my popcorn that they didn't have in Disneyland. The purple and red, I forgot what it's called, but it's spicy and sweet and ever so delicious.
Did you eat it all?
I did. Ate the whole bag. The whole bag was. I would go into Hollywood Studios just to get that popcorn. I like it so much. And we had time to spare, so we were able to get in line for Toy Story Mania. We actually could have ridden Mickey and Minnie, but Timmy wanted to beat the traffic before Fantasmic got out. But we would have had time to ride that too, but Toy Story Mania was just a bonus, and I think we waited 50 minutes to get on it.
5-0 for that one? I would have done Mickey and Minnie.
But again, I didn't think Hollywood Studios was that crowded. It never felt crowded. It never felt like we were smashed against people. So that was great.
Right. And Slinky Dog, you wasn't even an option, you said, because that wait was too long. You know?
And Timmy gave us guest passes, so that was totally free to get in.
Yeah.
Now, the worst day of the vacation was Friday at Epcot. It was...
Before you get into that.
No, we'll get into that last.
No, I wanted to ask, since you were talking about Genie Plus and Lightning Lane, now that you've used it...
I won't buy it again.
You won't? You didn't think that it was... Now, granted, it depends on how much time you're spending in the park and how much you're doing in the park, but let's just say, I'm curious to know of your opinion, because we were so dead set against it when it was first announced, when it first came out. But if you're the type of person... family that's only going once every few years, 4 or 5 years, right? Yes or no?
I think if you're the family that doesn't go very often, depending on what park and the time of year, I probably would buy it. But as someone who's been an AP holder, and if you're a current AP holder, someone who can go to Disney all the time, there is no way in hell I would pay for as much as you and I go. There's no way. If I had maybe little kids, I may buy it one day out of the trip, maybe just at Magic Kingdom if I had littles. But I will stick by it. I think it is a complete waste of money. It did save us time, but I only purchased it for Ashley and Allie so they could get all those rides in, because they hadn't ridden Tron, Guardians of the Galaxy. Allie hadn't ridden Flight of Passage. They hadn't ridden Ratatouille. They hadn't ridden Navi. What's it called?
Navi River.
Navi River.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure they could get on all those rides.
Well, so along that...
Allie hadn't ridden Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah, so along that train of thought, then, if you're only going every few years, the last time they were there...
It's such an expensive add-on.
Well,
oof.
Yeah.
And it killed me to put that on my card the couple times that I did. I was cringing. But yeah, when Joe and I go in July, we're not doing any parks unless we do guest passes with Timmy and we drop into a park. But I would not buy it again if it was just me and you.
Yeah. Well, we're not so keen on doing the rides. I would like to do Tron, because that's one, it's new and I haven't done that yet. But, and I love Guardians. But the girls said they like Tron better than Guardians.
Yeah, they did.
So...
And they liked it better than Rise.
They like Tron better than Rise. I got to put my foot down on that one. I'm sorry. No, they're delusional. I cannot agree with that.
And I will say,
I haven't even ridden Tron yet. Tron is just a roller coaster. Like, Tron is zoop, zoop, and like 50 seconds you're done. Rise is
it's an experience.
Like, no, nothing beats Rise, sorry.
And Rise, everything in Rise was working. The Kylo Ren where he goes like this is usually down. That was working. So it was a great ride experience. And the fact that we only waited 38 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. That's great. That's awesome.
But now going to our Epcot day.
So Friday, Epcot. This is where it gets fun.
I don't know what was going on with Epcot, but it was a nightmare in terms of crowds. Whatever the crowd scale was, it was 10 points higher. It was absolutely miserable in terms of the wait times. They have
Flower and Garden going on right now,
They do, but it's the very end. It's the very end.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone's most likely been there, done that. But I bought Genie Plus. I bought Guardians. I don't think we got a virtual queue. I did buy it. I'm almost 100% positive I bought the Lightning Lane. But I logged in right at 7 a.m. I couldn't get Ratatouille. That was that's the one thing I wanted to do was buy Guardians and get Ratatouille. Ratatouille, our time slot was 4:30 to 5:30. and by 11:30 in the morning, Frozen was gone, Test Track was gone. I don't know if that's something that happens all the time because I don't purchase Genie Plus to know enough about it, but there was nothing left to get.
And that was one of our criticisms from the get-go, that if you're going to do this and you're trying to get them and stack them, it's going to be difficult, because if you get this and thinking, okay, I've got Ratatouille, I want to get Frozen and Test Track later in the day, you might not be able to, because they might be basically sold out.
But I was able to get it for Soren. We waited in line for Living with Land because it had been down while we were eating breakfast. It was down for probably about two hours. We did ride Living with the Land. We had to wait in line for that. Got a fast pass for Figment that at the end of the night. We rode that towards the end of our day there.
How long was the wait for Figment?
If we would have waited, it was like 45 or 50 minutes.
For
It was 50
Figment.
minutes, yeah.
For Figment,
and we
so that's
walked
gotta
on
tell
in the
you.
light with the Genie
How long was
Plus.
the Nemo wait?
The whole queue was filled with people.
Yeah.
We
How
did.
long for
Do
Nemo,
we
do
have
you
a
think?
lightning lane for that? We did not have a lightning lane for Nemo, and we probably waited 25 minutes.
Yeah, so normally Nemo's a walk-on,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah, and forget it.
that was-
I couldn't touch Test Track. I couldn't touch Frozen. The Three Caballeros had a consistent line that was at least 25 minutes for the Three Caballeros. La Cava, the line started at the bar and wrapped around, went up the ramp and out the door of the pavilion. It was insane.
Yeah.
I wanted an avocado margarita so bad, and there was that line. I don't think it moved in the 15 minutes
it's
we were
hard
in the
because
pavilion.
La Cava's so small. So
Yeah.
when you finally get in there, you got to order, and they do the drinks, and it's just such a small area that it's not easy to get in and out of it. But obviously the word is out for this place. When you have different videos, Nate, Paging Mr. Morrow, did a video a few months back with Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul with their tequila, their
that was featured.
their mezcal.
Yeah, that was that.
That was there,
Yeah, it was
right?
at La
So,
Cava.
and he was there with
Yeah.
them. So when you have that kind of promotion, people know La Cava's there.
Yeah.
So whatever drink you're getting, they have a lot of good margaritas.
It was
but
the hottest day of the trip. It was extremely humid, and to top things
to
off.
top things off.
So here's what you've been waiting for. So we got to the Grand Floridian. Our flight was on time. Our bags came out right away. The Uber was there right away. So we probably got to the hotel by 12:30. We went to lunch. Our room was ready. We had Bell Services bring up our bags.
Everything's smelling
Everything
roses
was
right now.
great. It was the most perfect travel day you could think of. And then we decided to go to Disney Springs, and I bought, and I've had them for over a year and a half now, and I've never thought that they were that comfortable, but they've never hurt my feet. But I wore them in Disney Springs, and we were probably in Disney Springs for 2.5 hours, and I started feeling pain in both of my feet.
And what were the shoes? What were you wearing?
They're the stupid influencer cloud sandals that come in like every color of the rainbow. They're like, the bottom of them are like this thick, and they've got a strap. I can't even show them to you because I got so pissed off. I threw them away. I left them at the hotel. So long story short, they ended up, my
Just
feet
wrecking
were
your feet.
swollen probably twice their size. From my ankle to the tip of my toes. My pinky toes were swollen and bruised, and the pain level in my feet was probably close to what it felt like. I'm not even kidding. Before I got the epidural, when I gave birth to Matt, that was the pain intensity that I was feeling in both of my feet. And I'm going to include a picture after we sign off in this video of my toe. So if you're squeamish, you don't want to watch it because it is very gross. But this is what these shoes did to my feet. So they were bandaged every day. I wore socks. I switched to my Nikes, which I wore for 3 days in Disneyland. I wear them all the time at home. I wore them for our Disney World trip. They were one of 2 shoes I brought to Disney and wore them probably 95% of the time in December. Didn't have any problems, but because of what the sandals did to my feet, I don't think any shoes would have worked on.
So basically,
yeah, so anyway, I
Tuesday
spent my
wrecked you,
last,
and the rest of the week was
I
your
spent
suffering.
the last day in a wheelchair at Epcot. So Joe may post that picture as well.
May? What do you mean May? Of course I'm posting that picture.
I did post it on Instagram, so this may be old news to those of you who check out our dailies on the Instagram. But yeah, it was miserable. I'm still bandaged. I have Neosporin pain reliever covering my toes. I'm worried that my toenails are going to fall off. I'm like, seriously, like the bruising goes all around the nails. They're still swollen. The left toe looks better than the right. The swelling in my feet in general has gone down, but they're still both swollen. You can feel the ankle, but yeah, and we walked probably 50,000 steps.
Blister, you got a big blister on your foot
and even
too.
That's not too bad. Yeah, that's basically gone away.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
So mostly your toes, probably from rubbing up against those shoes.
It was absolutely horrible. So bottom line is, don't let an influencer tell you
your shoe choices.
What you should or shouldn't buy. Make your own choices because they're most likely being paid. They're sponsored.
Don't we do that too?
I know, but they're making big bucks and they do this for a living. It's their only job. Don't be, I'm just telling you from experience, those shoes suck. And if you have them and you like them, let us know in the comments below because they were trash. They were such trash, I left them at the Grand Floridian in the garbage can.
Well, it depends on your feet. You know, you have to get shoes that are, going to work for your foot. Everybody has a different shaped foot. So, you know, what works for me.
They were horrible.
Yeah, well, I feel you because for years, for a long time, I had all sorts of problems with my feet. We'd go to the parks and I'd have all sorts of problems. And the biggest problem that I had the one year, 2013, when, I don't know, for those of you who've gone to Disney for a long time, you might also remember those days when we had extra magic hours where everyone could go to the extra magic hours. And the extra magic hours in the evening would go until 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I do.
Remember those good old days?
Do.
Anyway, so in 2013, when we were in the park, we were in Magic Kingdom, torrential downpour, rain, I was wearing these sandals and everything got wet. You couldn't avoid it. Everyone bailed, but Ashley, Timmy, and I stayed in Magic Kingdom.
Until
a lot of walking until 3 a.m. And I felt this blister developing on my foot because just the way it was rubbing my shoe and everything was wet. And so, yeah, when I got back to the hotel room at 4 a.m, yeah, it was literally Ann Perkins.
His skin was falling off.
Quarter size blister on the ball of my foot. So that next day, just a few hours later, you guys all went to Epcot and I stayed back. So yes, I can empathize and sympathize with you.
It was honestly,
I get it.
Ashley and Ellie were making fun of me, but it was like seriously the worst pain I've ever felt next to giving birth before the epidural. It was horrible.
I'm sorry. I know, that sucks.
And then I do want to say quickly too, we did do the dining plan and I'm going to keep it simple. I do think it's worth the money. Would I purchase it again after not having it for 3 years? I don't think I would. I don't eat that much anymore. You can't do an appetizer. If you're familiar with the old dining plan, you could get an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert, and an alcoholic beverage.
They had different tiers.
Yeah, they had different tiers. Now there's only two. There's a quick service and then there's the Disney dining plan. And we did purchase a Disney dining plan. The refillable mugs.
Sit-down meals.
Yeah. They're $21.99 a piece. So for 3 of them with tax was over $70. Do I think we drank $70 worth of pop? No, absolutely not. I think it's worth your money if you want to go to Disney and not have to worry about your food budget, that it's paid for and taken care of at the end of the day. But we don't eat that much and we don't dine that way anymore. We like to more, snack, get appetizers. We do more drinking, I think, than eating in the parks.
Were there places in Disney Springs that were included with the dining plan?
Yeah, they all are, except Wine Bar George is not.
Okay, yeah, all right.
And I will say that it amazed me how many cast members were not familiar with how to deduct it at the end of your meal when they were giving you your bill.
Yeah, because you said there were some mistakes.
We had problems with the Grand Floridian Cafe charged 5 dining credits instead of 3. Tutto Italia, I had no idea what they were doing. I think there was a bit of a language barrier, which
what
is
are you trying to say?
Fine.
He wasn't able to speak English.
Which is fine. I mean...
Hey, you try speaking Italian.
No, I'm just saying...
Cut the poor guy some slack.
The Disney dining plan has been out since January. We had to go to the Grand Floridian guest services and it was a whole process to get it fixed. I don't know. it was fine for us because we didn't have to worry about it, but Joe and I just don't eat that way anymore, and I would prefer an appetizer over dessert anyway. Half the time that we got the desserts, I'd take a bite because I was already full. And
Yeah,
I'm not a huge sweet person.
Yeah, it always puts
Yeah.
you over the edge when you're eating, and then you go, oh,
Yeah.
dessert sounds like a great idea. But yeah,
So
I mean,
I
at the
did
end
want
of
to
the day,
say, I don't think I drank $22 worth of pop.
but was that included, or did you have to
That
pay
wasn't,
extra for
yeah,
it?
no, you get
So-
the mug
right.
in either of the dining plans that you purchase.
Yeah,
which,
so
I
that
mean,
came
if you're
with
a big
it.
soda drinker, I'm not drinking that much pop anymore. I basically fill this up with iced tea or even just water, to be
Right,
honest.
but if you're more at the resort, sitting at the pool,
yeah,
like we've done that.
Yeah.
We've actually had the
And-
mugs before, and we would do exactly that. We'd fill it with, that much Coke, and then I'd fill it with that much Jameson,
Yeah.
and sit by the pool.
and I will say that in July, we are spending most of probably over 3/4 of our time at the pool and eating and drinking. And I may purchase the mug, but I think we're going to do a grocery order and get some booze where I would just put the like Jameson and Coke in here.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. But anyway, it was a great
Well, I
trip.
guess it depends. Like with everything else, they give you choices. So I'm going to be the positive side of this, and as we go, whatever, pros and cons. I think they give you choices, right? So yes, everything in Disney is expensive. So you can't say, well, is it really worth it? No. To be perfectly honest, there is nothing at Disney that is really worth it. Are you paying a fair price for what you get at Disney? No, absolutely not. But it's Disney. You expect that.
Yeah.
It's like with anything. If you're going to a premium location, they're going to charge you for it. So, but they give you options. If you want that, great. If you don't need to get it. So I think it's nice that they offer it.
It is
but
nice,
You
but-
have to do your research
we
to see.
definitely got our money's worth. I just going forward, it's probably something I would not do with
Right.
Joe.
You have to do your research to see what do they offer, and is it going to be best for us financially to do that.
Yeah.
If they're going to spend a lot of days by the pool, and you're going to go in and out, especially during the summer months, in for tea, out to drink.
I really
in
wish
for soda,
they would
out to drink.
They would do something with at least one or two of the quick service restaurants in the parks where you go and refill your mug. I think
Oh, in the
then
parks?
that would be
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yeah. So
But
that really you
I
can't
don't
use those
think
in
Disney
the parks.
will ever do that. No.
Yeah, no, they've never
And
done
then
that.
just to recap it, it was a great trip. I do think Disney World is my least favorite of all the Disney things that we've done. I'm going to say Disney Cruise Line is way up here. Disneyland is here. I'm going to say Disney World is down here. Now that I've
all
done
of Walt
3
Disney
of those.
World.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the Disney Cruise Line was just
Disney
so
Cruise was
perfect.
fantastic, but again, it depends on what you want. Like for me, yes, the Disney Cruise was fantastic. I love that. Disneyland is really cool
I
because
just love how it's so compact.
yes, and I love the history of it all.
Mm-hmm.
But the big thing that was sorely lacking, sorely missing at
I know
Disneyland
what you're gonna say.
were the cast members.
Yeah.
Disneyland seemed like they were just kids working at an amusement
Yeah.
park. Where in Orlando, you are taken care of.
You really are. I mean,
The cast members
yeah.
at Walt Disney World, all the parks, all of the resorts. I mean, it's very rare for us, very, very rare for us to have any kind of interaction with any cast member, regardless of what the job is. That's negative.
Yeah, that's true.
And we've been there so many times. So for me personally, I think, what will make or break your vacation time. Yeah, okay, where you're going, what you're doing, are you able to relax? But at the end of the day, it's how much you feel like you're taken care of. Are they taking care of you? Are they treating you like you want to be treated for a vacation because you're spending a lot of money? And it always comes down to the people, right? The ride is the ride, the room is the room, whatever. But when you're interacting with people, it makes a big difference. So, yeah.
All
So
right.
I'm going to say Walt Disney World.
Wow, you're gonna put that ahead of Disneyland?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And the cruise, again, too, why would you say the cruise is great?
It
Because
was just perfect.
the people, right?
Yeah.
Everyone we interacted with, every single cast member on that ship.
Okay, you're getting way too wordy now.
I'm just saying, I got to contribute something to this video. You've been yapping away all the whole
So
time.
anyway, if you stayed to the end, leave us a yellow heart emoji at
Yellow
the end.
heart? Why yellow
in your
heart?
comments. I don't know. I just like yellow, and it's the color of it's on It's on Mickey's. He wears yellow.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's fine. Yellow heart.
All right, so don't
Okay.
forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss any of the next Jen and Joe on the go action. Because after you've seen these last 3 videos of us in the same clothes, we're going back to Disneyland.
Whew, man, we got to change. There's a lot of videos in these clothes. We're wearing them for days.
Hey, we only have so much time to film. We have full-time jobs. This is, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right, thanks for watching.
All
We'll
right.
see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.